Hey guys, I'm back! Didn't you miss me? I think you missed me. Today I'm going to be doing the Taylor Swift book tag. I don't know if you can tell by my red shirt. So, question 1. We are never, ever, I think I said too many evers, but oh well, ever getting back together. Pick a book or series that you were pretty sure you were in love with but then wanted to break up with. And that book for me would probably be 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. I just didn't really care for this book. I read it because I love the cover. The cover is just gorgeous. And the plot sounded like it'd be really interesting. And so that's why I read the book, but I ended up not really liking it. And I doubt I will continue with this series, even though the next cover is just as beautiful. Oh, I really wish I liked it, but I just don't. I didn't hate it, I just don't love it enough to continue or to pay the money to buy it. Question number 2, red. Pick a book with a red cover. And I decided to go with Michael Vey and the Hunt for the Jade Dragon. I was gonna do Allegiant or The Battle of the Labyrinth or Catching Fire, but I feel like everybody has been doing those, and so I decided to change it up a little bit. And I know it also has a lot of orange on the cover, but so do those books. I mean, I'm not cheating or anything. They're still red. You can tell it's red. It's a reddy orange. Red orange. It's on the color wheel. Trust me. I do art. Question 3, the best day. Pick a book that makes you feel nostalgic. And for my choice for this question, didn't make quite, what? And my choice for this question is The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, because I've always loved reading, but I was in a slump for the longest time, and this book is what got me out of it. And I owe it to my brother for recommending it to me, and then I owe it to my friend for telling me that it was good, because I wasn't listening to my brother, but then I listened to my friend, and so I read it. And so thanks to both of them, because I don't listen to my brother. And I probably should more, but you know. And this might be cheating, but I decided to go with 2 other books that go with this question, because as I said, I read a lot as a kid, and that was just my first fandom book, but these 2 books were my favorite books when I was a kid, and those are The Boxcar Children, who's this by Gertrude Chandler Warner. I don't pay attention to those things as a kid. I read every single book that they had at the library. Same with this next one, which is Nancy Drew. I own a ton of these. Read all they had at the library, so both of these books were my childhood. I read every single one I could get my hands on, and I don't own a ton of these, which is weird, but I own a ton of these. So, childhood memories right here. Childhood memories. Question 4, love story. Pick a book with forbidden love. That's a lot of books. You could basically pick any book that I own. What's the most forbidden love? Oh, for this one, of course there are a lot of answers for this one, but I'm gonna go with Anomaly by Krista McGee. If you have not read this book, go read it. It's part of a trilogy. There's the rest of them. And they are so good. The books are so good. It's a Christian sci-fi fantasy, and it's about this world after an atomic bombing where they have like this underground community, and you're not allowed to have feelings. But this girl is an anomaly, or different from the rest, and she does have feelings. And so she's sent to this kind of rehabilitation section, and the forbidden love is very forbidden, obviously, because you're not allowed to feel, and love is a feeling. So I'm gonna go with Anomaly, because that is a very forbidden love. But it's so good, and I'm serious. If you have not read this book, you need to read it. If you like sci-fi or fantasy or anything, even if it's not your style, you should still read it because it's amazing. Yeah. Plugging it in there. Read this book. Question 5. I knew you were trouble when you walked in, so shame on me now. Pick a character who, what, is bad? Pick a book with a bad character that you couldn't help but fall in love with. That's a lot. Not really though. I feel like I never fall in love with the bad characters, but I do like the ones who are bad, but they're still good. Deep down, they're still good. And I feel like that goes for a lot of us. I gotta find one. I am actually gonna go with Set from the Kane Chronicles. He is the god of chaos? I don't remember what he's the god of, because I haven't read these books in forever, but he is one of the Egyptian gods, and he's not the main bad character overall, but in this first one, he's the bad character, and he's just hilarious. So, it was very entertaining to read about him. I mean, he was pretty terrible, but, you know, he kept me entertained. He had a very snarky attitude, and that just amused me so much. So, also, if you haven't read this book, which I don't know why you wouldn't have read this book, but you need to read this book. And the whole series, actually. It's a trilogy. Go read it. Question 6, Innocence. Pick a book that someone ruined the ending for you. And that book for me is just like everybody else you know was Mockingjay. You thought I was gonna say Allegiant, didn't you? I have a story about that, but first, Mockingjay, yes. I hadn't finished it yet. I was still reading it. It wasn't my favorite in the series. I kind of had to make myself finish it because I just got tired of it. But partway, I think it was like halfway through, I went on Instagram and looked at book accounts that had pictures of this book, and I read the captions, and I found out a certain person who died. Not the first one, who most people complain about, but the second one. But yeah, one of the deaths was spoiled for me, and that just ruined the rest of the book. That might have been why I didn't like it so much, because I knew someone died that I liked, but yeah. My little Allegiant story is 2 of my friends told me to read the books, and one of those 2 friends got the boxed set for me for my birthday, so had to read them. And I loved them, so good. I knew that something really bad happened in Allegiant, but I was never told what, although I figured it out. And in like the 2nd or 3rd chapter, I figured it out, because there was one thing they did that I was like, oh, I know what's happening. Something bad, this is going on, this happened in the book, this is what's gonna happen. And I was right. It still caught me by surprise the way it happened, but I knew it happened. But not because it was spoiled, but because I figured it out, because I'm just that smart. Not really though, because I also read The Kiss of Deception, and that just, oh man, I did not see that coming. At all. That book. Question number 7. Everything has changed. Pick a character who has gone through extensive character development. And this one's really hard because basically every character in every book goes through a lot of character development. Like, for example, I almost picked Percy Jackson because he goes from not knowing anything to being able to kick butt, I mean, like nobody's business. So that's a good one. But I decided in the end to go with, drumroll, Sally from Anomaly. Yes, it's back. This book is back because it's so good. But yeah, she goes from not knowing anything, not being able to do anything, to being this huge influence on all these big places, and character development right here. And Burke too, another character in this book, and Alex, who comes in another book in the series. Basically everyone goes through a lot of... Actually, you know, I'm not gonna go with Thally. I'm gonna go with Rin. She's Thally's friend, and her character development is probably more intense than Thally's. So, but basically everyone in this book. Read this book. Yeah, okay. Question number 8. You belong with me. Pick your most anticipated book release. Oh my gosh, okay, so I feel like most of people are going to say, if they're doing this right now, because it's kind of an old tag, but if you're doing this right now, you were probably going to say Magnus Chase, aren't you? Aren't you? That's not mine. No, mine is See How They Run by Allie Carter. That is the 2nd installment in the Embassy Row series. So good. This is the book. You need to read it. This is the first one. And then See How They Run comes out December 22nd. They moved the date up. I'm so excited. I'm pre-ordering it like tomorrow. And yes, these books are so good. Basically anything by Allie Carter. Just read it, people. Her books are so amazing, and she needs to be more well known because I'm telling you, read her books. And this is signed, ready? So the only reason I bought it was because I found it signed at Target, and then I went to her book signing and I got it personalized. Oh my gosh, I love this book. So this copy is very special. Yes, very special indeed, and it is also very good, and you need to read it. Question 9. Pick your favorite book couple. I wonder who I'm going to pick. Is this even a question? Percy and Annabeth. Percibeth. First people that I shipped when I knew what shipping was. Obviously I shipped other people in other books when I was younger, but I didn't know what shipping was then, so this is my first, like, OTP. Of course I have many. I mean, come on, who doesn't? But yeah, Percibeth, obviously. And the last one, question 10, is come back, be here. Pick the book that you would be least likely to lend out because you just love it so much. All of them. I don't lend my books because I just don't. I don't trust people enough with my books because I like perfect condition books or well-loved books. I don't like hurt and beat up and destroyed books, if you know what I mean. If I had to pick one, it would either be All Fall Down by Ally Carter because it's signed and personalized, or my edition of the Sherlock Holmes stories because look at this thing. And it even has one of those ribbon bookmarks. And it's just beautiful. And I would never ever lend this out because I can just see what people will do to it. And it has the cool gold, smooth, shiny pages, and it's beautiful. And look at these end papers, if I can get it open. Look at these end papers. Oh, so beautiful. I actually haven't read it yet, but I'm going to. I'm going to try to over Christmas break. That's my plan, but we're gonna see how that works because I also planned on doing it during summer and that didn't happen. Oops. So that is my Taylor Swift book tag. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you come back for more. My links are down below if you want to go follow me on Instagram, because you should. Do have cute cats. If you get tired of my face, you can always go look at my cats on Instagram and you will feel better. So you can go follow me on Instagram at SimplyABookLover or on Twitter at SimplyBookLover because the A made it one too many characters. That is another video. I shall see y'all again later and keep reading. Bye!